There's a rainbow in the sky, and I wanna do myself, can we do it again? Can we hit our pen, yeah? I wanna go, baby, wanna know, wanna know. I wanna go with you, yeah. I wanna go, baby, wanna know. I wanna go with you, yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here at the LCK. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Enough of that wishy-washy League of Legends from earlier. We got 10th versus 9th. Jin Air up against Hanwha Life Esports.
Match of the week.
Doesn't get better than this, guys.
This is the pinnacle. You could have enjoyed the entree. I know in America that's a main course. I don't really understand that, to be honest. But
the appetizer, you mean?
The appetizer is done. The main course is this filet mignon of action between Hanwha Life Esports and Jin Air. Good news is, this is the good old honest 9th versus 10th. You know how it's honest, Valdez?
How's that?
Whoever wins doesn't get above 9th or 10th. We're stuck here with you.
Forever.
Says both Hanwha Life and Jin Air. There's a bit of history about it as well that we'll get to, but this should be the pinnacle of what Korean League of Legends has, is, and will be.
My mind is already blown by what is to come. I mean, this is the day you guys were all waiting for. It really doesn't get much better than this. So we'll be excited to get into the action when it does happen. As you did note, we're down there at the bottom. Don't look anywhere else. It doesn't matter. For right now, we have to maintain focus on what's truly important today. Hanwha, 2-10. 6-game loss streak, but not to be outdone is Jin Air down at the bottom, 0-12 with a 12 series loss streak.
And you know what? They're our best golf team as well, -22 under par. They are just popping off at golf. Not so good at League of Legends, and that's kind of been the issue for Jin Air for a while now. They haven't been quite as out and struggling as they were in 2019 until this year. But Hanwha Life are not far ahead of them, Valdez, and Jin Air have that interesting part where, if not today, probably going to find it very difficult to get a 1 in the W column. It'd be a no W, and you don't want that.
No W's here for this team. They last split were able to pick up one of those, and, maybe they could do even more than that. As Hanwha, let's see what we have here for our points of the match.
It's really true. There is no way back. 10th versus 9th, life or death match. It is indeed the 9th versus 10th, life or death match. 18-set losing streak, Gina. That's 18 best of 3s in a row.
Wow.
Not including promotions and relegations, because they didn't lose there.
Doesn't count.
Versus 6-match losing streak, slump Hanwha Life. Man, right now, LS is so jealous of us that we get to be here, and he is not. Both hungry for victory. We're not hungry. We had our dinner, so we don't have to make any food-related puns here.
It was great, too.
I didn't even think about this. What do they think about patch 9.14? Because these two teams making their debut on a patch where, in Challenger's career, we're getting Sejuani carry Volibear support lanes.
It absolutely could be some fun as...
Oh, what is
Hanwha Life.
Do we find a good stat?
In first blood percentage. Okay.
All right.
All right.
And look at their win rate with first blood. It's not very good.
It's better than Jin Air's.
That's true.
They're doing that. The average game time seems to be the longest for the Jin Air Greenwings. That shouldn't be too surprising to any longtime viewers of LCK.
But 1 hour shorter than 94 minutes to Dreams. So there's that. That's an important stat to take here. We're all about non-facetious stats today. Only the biggest action. As let's find some highlights from a Jin Air series.
Malrang's got the moves. That's the name of this move. And it was a weird series, too. Jin Air actually getting ahead in a couple of games, but just could not put the nail in the coffin. These guys do not know how to get past 14 minutes.
But let's be completely honest here. Where would you rank Jin Air in first 14 minutes of play in the league? Because I don't think it would be 10th. I think they're actually better at early game than multiple other teams here. Now, they wouldn't be first either, right? They'd be kind of around 8th, but it isn't the early game when they have the problems. It's after the early game that things really fall apart.
Yeah.
Like, really.
It's true.
I mean, they haven't won a single match.
They go to the end of the turret plates, and then they're like, oh, that's the end of the game, right?
It's the new meta that Riot created. Nobody told them about the old meta that's still there. Tempt had a nice Zoe game. He is a Zoe player of repute. In case you're wondering what happened last time Hanwha Life played against Jin Air, it was 2-0 victories. There wasn't even a 3-game series for Jin Air on that day. Jin Air taking a single game off SK Telecom T1 very early in the season, and amusingly against Damwon Gaming, who are
really
our #1 team. Yes, that did happen.
What?
Yep, that happened. It was a while ago.
I thought for sure it was
way
Hanwha.
better since then. So try and understand that, Valdez. Speaking of understand that, it wasn't a very high quality series against Sandbox, so I'm going to be real.
Sandbox struggled a lot and threw a bunch. Hanwha, props to them to actually making it a good series against a good team, but as you know, we're on the topic of being honest here. Sandbox did not play a good series, and that is part of the reason why Hanwha was able to get something going there, as we're going to take a look at some more stats here.
CSD for Sangyoon, not bad at all. At second place, damage share for Root. No surprise.
Poor Root, man. Another Jin Air AD carry that's just, he's dying for a team around him. This guy is actually quite good. And we're not even just talking about stats here, you know. He's up above average on a couple of them, but there's so many games where he's trying by himself to carry on an Ezreal or a Xayah or something like that, like a Sivir, you know, a Fountain Laser, and he just can't do it by himself.
Show me someone with better stats when you have won 2 games and lost 24 games. They have lost so many games. It's really hard to lose this many games, but they have been able to so far. But the question is, unlucky 13, 0-13, or will it be 1-12? Let me put something out there. I'm casting today. My favorite number is 12, because it's got 1 and 2 in it. 1 and 2 was our first series of the night. Follow the stats. Trevor's
Illuminati?
watching. Quickshot's definitely watching. He knows that maybe today we put the GG Easy glasses onto Jin Air, and the Glad plane reigns once more.
You know, maybe this is the day. I'm guessing a little bit, as we're not at 13 yet. But if we wanted to do like the opposite of Griffin, that's always LS's script. Griffin was 13-0 against Damwon, and then that was the last time they won, as Damwon beat them 2-0. 13 was the unlucky number for them. Maybe 13 will be another unlucky number tonight.
So all I can understand from the analysis, from all the stats we showed, is that Jin Air are the overwhelming favorites against Hanwha Life Esports.
Yes.
That's all I can follow here. Always an interesting decision who you should run as Hanwha. It will be SoHwan against his old team, was the captain of Jin Air Greenwings as recently as 2018. Tempt will be playing in this one as well, came from the BBQ Olivers, where Bono joined him on that squad as well. Sangyoon and Key, they've been around for a while. They remember when Jin Air gate kept the Rocks Tigers out of playoffs in spring of last year. A lot's happened since then, some team changes, some drops in fortune. No one's getting out of relegation today, but we're just hoping that Jin Air, with Malrang back in the lineup, can put up a good fight.
Looking for more First Blood ganks out of Malrang. That's what the guy is known for. And then, of course, also coin flipping and, you know, doing that kind of thing. But either way, we'll see if he can get them off to a good start. One thing to note, again, is that Jace, Talia, and Mordekaiser are all global banned.
Yep.
SoHwan, playing a lot of Jace in recent times, will not be able to get a chance to take that top laner.
And Bono very frequently will absorb a Olaf ban, one of our better Olaf players, in spite of his team's struggles. we always zoom in on Root, and Root versus Sangyoon could be an interesting bot lane. Key has been up and down in terms of performance, but we see a Key side around the audience. We zoom into the Jin Air side for their Tempt's Corki, huh?
It's Tempt's parents coming on in. And it says, not over until it's over.
It never is over until it's over. You can't keep a straight face very easily.
I stopped myself from saying something very mean, and I'm glad that I did. We'll see how Jin Air ends this one, but we are going to be going into pick and ban for this epic matchup.
Epic matchup, 9th versus 10th. You already mentioned it, but just in case you're a VOD watcher, the global bans are Mordekaiser, gone forever it feels like, but currently global banned, joined by Jace and Talia. We heard some bugs around their E skills, I guess around movement. There is some issues there, so gone. Goodbye. We'll see if they ever come back. As in this game, that is a peculiar ban. We see an Ashe blue side ban. I would assume that it's to play some Caitlyn, perhaps, on the side of Jin Air, as Ashe is pretty good into Caitlyn. It is a favorite of Sangyoon, so I guess maybe it's just a targeted respect ban against Sangyoon to first pick Ezreal. So Corki and Ezreal, to me, are kind of the front runners for what might be first pick for Jin.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a lot of the Corki bans, a lot of the Azir bans, even in the first series. We also did see Lux off the menu, so no Lux AD carry, if you would call it that, with a, what was it, Volibear?
No, Nautilus.
Oh, Nautilus, okay. None of that in this game number 1.
I love how people who are hearing that out of what we've discussed in the longer form is there's the Volibear ban. So no Volibear double brawler bot lanes either, apparently.
Aww.
Now, that was a Kellin favorite, and we hoped that we would see it today, because Kellin was the one playing and spamming Volibear, and then it was stolen by Life and made into a Gen G pick, and then most recently played in our first series of the day. So, weird and wonderful bans here. Sangyoon and also Kellin getting the respect bans, and no surprise at all that Corki is going to be first picked. That was a nice yawn I saw there, Valdez.
The second the Corki was locked in, I actually just uncontrollably yawned. I don't know what.
Maybe that's going to be a lifelong thing, wherever you see, whenever you, what I really want
My
is
body's adjusting.
But it snowballs, so in 20 years' time, you're not a League of Legends caster anymore, you see a Corki running around, you yawn. You're like, why?
What is this connection? I don't understand.
Well, it seems like the cost of the Corki might in fact be Root losing his Ezreal. So the Ashe that Sangyoon likes to play ripped away. The Ezreal that Root is known ripped away. Honestly, Root is having everything he loved ripped away from him, so we'll see how he exercises his frustration in the second round of picks.
Well, they could always draft Azir, Hanwha Life could, to make this even more fun into the mid lane.
Or Jin Air could draft Azir and put him top lane, and then there's no picks left, draft one. As Malrang is smiling. He's got that going for him, but he's going to change it.
Change it to Teemo.
How about Xin Zhao? I wouldn't mind seeing the return of Xin Zhao. Uh-oh. Okay, this will probably be AD carry. Probably not jungle. Remember, Jin Air did play jungle Kai'Sa, but that was C's. And then we didn't see much of C's afterwards, so coincidence. I'll leave you guys to work that out. Probably going to be Kai'Sa bot lane here. Maybe Kai'Sa Braum. Could just go for something super, ultra, super duper standard.
That sounds quite standard, based on the way you put it. As will we have the Braum?
Oh. Karma available. Could go bot lane to try to poke away at the Tahm Kench. Could also be a solo lane pick as well. Wait and see what it all means.
A Grace pick, perhaps?
Hey, the grace period is still on.
Okay, we'll have to wait.
Hanwha Life Esports.
Is it Azir?
Oh. It's available. How about Lasan?
Come on, Tempt.
How about Veigar? Veigar here would be...
Oh, okay.
We'll take it.
All right, yeah. We're both okay with Zoe now.
It is Tempt Zoe. There's a hush around the audience. Looking around, we're probably about 70% full here on Friday night, around 8:40 p.m., starting late, because we had a very barnstorming first series. I think everyone who's not here is missing out on the pinnacle of League of Legends. It can never be more summated than Hanwha Life Esports versus Jin Air.
Yeah. This really is the best of the best here.
Well, the best of the best is going to be bereft of a Morgana. I wonder why we're banning Morgana. Don't really have intel into that one. It is a Kellin pick, but it just doesn't necessarily seem needed.
Don't see a lot of Kai'Sa Morgana in the bottom lane.
Joker probably would love it, but other than that, yes, I agree. Kind of a peculiar ban. Morgana and Volibear taken for reasons a little bit past us. There is the Bono ban, actually made it to second round. So usually Bono will just lock in Olaf at first invitation. Didn't get that, so we'll be losing the Olaf this game. Jarvan senses are tingling alongside Sejuani and Skarner. Those are the three junglers to speak about. Jarvan senses continue to tingle as the Zinja, one of those champions who can brawl very nicely with someone like a Jarvan. Gonna be banned as well.
I feel like every team still bans Olaf against Bono, even in the current meta, where the Olaf is at, like, I think he's sub 20% win rate. Don't quote me on that, but he's really low.
He's around 20.
Yeah. And the Jarvan senses will kick in.
Excitement. I've never heard LoLPark this quiet. Everyone's just sitting there.
Everybody's just analyzing it in depth. I mean, as we said, I mean, they're learning with us, with some of the best teams in the world going head-to-head.
Should I stare a bit closer then? Is that what you're telling me, Valdez?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We need to study it all.
Oh, I went cross-eyed. Whoops. As Root seems to be locking in the Sejuani here. Sejuani's safety level is pretty high at this point. No lane synergies or melee champions yet, so seems like it's the sort of Sejuani that's going to miss a lot of ultimates and do nothing unless we can get a very fiery last pick. We don't know where the Karma is going, so how about an Aurelia? It's banned. How about a Camille?
A Kled?
Yeah, that would be fun. Hey!
Kled blind
Whoa!
pick. There it is.
Look at you!
Look at me. He's popping off Prophet Valdez. Can hardly believe it. But this does mean that maybe we'll see some of the counter picks to the Kled if it becomes more popular and even blind picked on blue side.
And who's saying it's going top, as Kled can also be a mid laner. You well know.
Or a jungler?
Ooh, Aatrox going to be locked in here for the side of Hanwha Life. It's a Jin Air series, so I was thinking along the lines of Aatrox. Linderong sadly doesn't get to play Aatrox this time. He's on the bench. Will this just be the top lane? I think this is a pretty damn good matchup for the Kled. As one of our fans puts up a sign there. Did you take anything away from that one, Valdez?
She's been here before.
It's Sangyoon's dad.
Oh, Sangyoon's dad is back. Okay.
We didn't even need to get told that. I recognize Sangyoon's dad.
He's been here a lot.
He's one of the veterans of LoLPark. He's kind of like our Caps' dad.
Yeah.
He's always around the LEC.
Pretty much, yeah.
So we have our own very known pop around here. We've got no other pops. We've got to point out the ones that we can. Look at this, Jin Air. You're going to engage really hard with the mobility and movement speed of Karma and Kled. Everyone else is going to kind of meander behind. Corki doesn't want to rush in or anything like that. But the Corki's there. The champions are in. And Champ Select is done. Valdez, take it away.
What?
And take it away. First thoughts.
Yeah, they have fantastic engage, great scaling with the Corki and the Kai'Sa. Just got to hold on. You know, the early game can be a bit of a snooze fest between them. Maybe Malrang can get a level 6 gank onto the Aatrox that no longer has any kind of revive or anything like that. But.
Or a gimmick gank onto the Kled lane, because there is some good synergy there with the violent tendencies and that permafrost. We move over to the side of Hanwha Life Esports, and they're about some Zoe Ezreal sieges. So we'll see if the top lane gank comes in, because killing the Aatrox would be one of the ways to stop the inevitable siege. Coming in, 2-item Ezreal, 1-item Zoe.
All right, guys, the highlight matchup of the night, Jin Air versus Hanwha Life. Let's get into game number 1. Well, the sun has set here on the Rift. So we have a bit of a series ahead of us.
We do.
Jin Air versus Hanwha Life. Should be a pretty fun one. We'll see how much action there will be. I don't think we can expect just as much as game, or rather series number 1. But we can have our own fun either way. It is the LCK after all.
That's right. We have no briefing here apart from trying to give you guys a good time. And maybe the games will do it. Maybe we'll have to do heavy lifting. We'll wait and see. Hanwha Life versus Jin Air, 9th versus 10th after a barnstormer of a first versus second series. Tempt's going to late ward on the top side. It feels like this game is very likely to be very passive farming, but there are a couple of ways that can change. Cheesy gank with 1 buff as Bono, possible. Malrang going top lane, possible. Everything else, almost 0% chance of any action. So, I'm going to choose to get comfortable in mid chair, you know, and maybe get a little bit more sultry with my voice rather than necessarily
channeling the Sungcaster from the Korean desk.
He's not here today.
No. Not today.
It's Kastajun today.
Maybe tomorrow.
That's true.
Saturday.
I actually heard he's not coming until Sunday, so I'm going to miss Sunday.
Oh, look at
bot
this.
lane.
Flying by is Bono. And they're all going to flash on him here. 3 flashes as Root is going to trade 1 back, but he'll give his life for it. A double kill to Bono on the level 2 gank.
And we said there was only one way, and that one way comes true. We get the kill in the bot lane. Nice little moment there for the side of Hanwha Life. I really love the trustful triple flash. It was really funny.
Yeah.
They were all like, we'll use this now. Let's watch the replay. I want to see if it's exactly at the same microsecond.
Oh, Bono.
Bono's going for the X-Flash EQ.
There it is. Gets the knock up and the sleep.
Is it going to be a kill? I think it might be.
He can flash on in, and there it is with the Ignite. Picks it up. And that will do it. Another kill as Bono is so angry tonight.
What's in the water tonight? We're getting so much more action on a Friday. Friday night League of Legends. We're going to call them the Friday Night Slam Masters. Not on Saturday nights anymore. Shout out to 80s wrestling fans on that reference. The kills are coming in. The Hex Flash was channeled and you knew it could be something big. And it certainly was.
Oh, that was awesome. Bono is just my favorite jungler right now, in this game at least. Take a look at this gank again.
Karma, level 1, no health, no life. Goodbye to Karma. Look at the double flash at the end. Flashy as hell. And he gets the kill. The 1-for-1 at the tail end's probably worth from Root because he gets a better back. He's going to TP back anyway. But this was the one of repute. The moment the trouble bubble hits, even with Flash, he had to know he was just going.
Yeah. All Tempt has to do is flash on in, flash on out.
I'm getting a bit gleeful thinking about this. This is fun.
Yeah. Not exactly what we were expecting. We had talking points for this one, of course, on our script.
Yeah.
That is always delightfully prepared, just so we know exactly when the action's going to hit.
All right. You got the script in front of you, right?
Yeah.
It's a bit small font. I think it says joke about big package. I don't know what timestamp it is for that one, but I think it's there. What was the second point? I can't read it. I think it's a pop-up.
We never really got a chance to put out that big package joke.
I think there's still time. The big package is
okay. Yeah.
what other things do we refer to?
We do have this one thing about Hanwha Life Eagles.
Yeah, it's 4 minutes. Let's do our scripted band. Go. Read the script. What's our scripted
okay.
band?
So hold on. Let me pull it out.
We gotta follow the script. Our producer will be mad if we don't.
Yeah. I gotta read it off for you guys.
Make sure to read it amusingly.
What?
And if the joke doesn't come off, just repeat it. It'll be fine.
Okay. So, you guys all know Hanwha Life Esports, right? Yeah.
Oh, wait, the esports team, yes.
Yeah, the esports team. I was waiting for the reaction from the crowd, but you guys are all on the internet.
What?
So, they have an esports team, and they also have a Korean baseball team called the Hanwha Eagles.
Wait, that's like cricket, but different, right? Baseball?
Yeah, they use their bats.
Like cricket?
Yeah, but they're round instead of flat.
Huh.
Isn't that kind of weird, right?
That is a bit
I don't know
weird.
how they hit the ball, but
keep going with our
most Americans
scripted story here.
So, the Hanwha Life Eagles have a long history for always staying in the lowest rank of the Korean Baseball League. They're famously known for being so bad. By the way, gank is going to go wide.
Please stay on the script.
Oh, sorry. They're known for making a lot of errors and fiestas in every game. So there's a famous pitcher called, okay, we actually do have action here as Malrang is going to flash away, always interrupting my script. Nice little try. Level 6 on 6 here as SoHwan should be able to force a flash as TaNa is going to get away from that one.
TaNa was pretty close to making a whoopsie in the top lane there, but the whoopsie averted. Good flash timing. Back to your story, please.
Yeah. We got Bono on the Infernal, and they have a ping on it, so we'll see if any action comes from that. But back to the story. There's a famous pitcher called Ryu. That's his last name.
Oh.
He plays for the LA Dodgers, but he was the ace player of the Hanwha Eagles originally before he went to the MLB. And he was suffering a lot from his teammates being awful here in the Korean League for the Hanwha team. And, you know, for instance, he'd be like 8-3 and the rest of his team would be like 6.
So kind of like a Teddy on old Jin Air situation.
Yeah, he was like the only good pitcher in the lineup. So despite their disappointing performances, their fans always stay calm and supportive. They never get mad about the team's errors or mistakes or bad results. And so nowadays, we're seeing a lot of Hanwha Life, Hanwha Eagles fans show up to Lal Park as well, and they hold up fan signs that are like, oh, you're not 9th place in the LCK 2, right? But unfortunately, Hanwha is currently in 9th place. So they're like, they want to see one Hanwha team do well. But so far, you know, for those Hanwha Eagles fans, they have not been seeing much.
Wait, was that the joke at the end?
Yeah, where
I think we got it there.
the teams, the fans rather, they wanted to see one of the Hanwha teams do well.
I just wanted to make sure I scripted laughed at the right time. I think I got it.
It was good.
Thank you.
You were right on
I think
point.
I nailed the joke part.
That's where it said on the script. This is where Papa laughs. Yeah.
I think we nailed it. Yeah. That was some good banter.
Well done. Thanks to our producers for that great script preparation for us.
They kill it every time. It's the best script since the last game.
I definitely enjoyed this one the most compared to, if I had to compare the two series.
I really liked your delivery on the story. You hit all the right beats.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything, you know. Shout-outs to Hanwha. Hopefully they can get one of their teams to actually start winning.
I assume, does Jin Air have any non-esports teams? Because Jin Air, if you guys don't know, StarCraft 1, definitely StarCraft 2, they were really big.
Yeah.
That was Flash.
Oh, and we're flashing on in. Cataclysm is here. It's 3-on-1. That's not fair. They're going to give the kill to Sangyoon as Hanwha Life are not messing around. They're already ahead. 2.4 thousand gold here at 8 minutes.
I mean, they're feeling confident, that's for sure. And speaking of confidence, we'll go for more.
Boy. Let's see if the nerf will stop this dive from happening. Hex Splash over the wall. Well, not the correct direction, but they decided to stop on the gank.
What do you think he was? Yeah, I don't know what the direction was towards. Is something going to get eaten here?
Cannon.
Yeah, it's a tragedy. You know what? If we're going to count cannons missed in Hanwha Life versus Jin Air, that could be a problem. No safe drinking games in this series.
Look at that poke they got going. It's pretty nice. Root doing a good job fighting back, but Tempt and Bono.
Malrang needs to get out.
Looking for it here. Will not land anything onto Malrang. He's just going to screw away.
This is a nice...
Oh, he smited that one away.
He did. He's being a huge jerk. Bono is the most alpha of junglers in this scenario. Credit to Hanwha Life at least playing around where they're strong as mid lane.
Oh, it hit him.
I don't think he can get that. It's too hard.
That would have been close. No cleanse there on Grease. He actually took teleport in this game, which can sometimes be... That was a very manner blue trinket right on top of Root.
I remembered that in... I think that was probably actually the...
Oh, okay.
Klepto, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. I'm like, how does anyone have a blue trinket?
If I think of the best of Bono, like in spring season, we were like, what the hell? Why did this team pick up Bono? You really struggled on BBQ, then played super well, right? We're eating our words.
Yeah.
Bono was
they
like...
also had Mujin.
In the first round robin, Bono was probably like 3rd or 4th best jungler in the LCK. It was actually really good in spring season, and then it fell away. In games like this, where he can be aggressive, it kind of inspires me that Bono might still find another team that like he could actually perform on. I think like he actually has a really cool aggressive streak. Speaking of aggressive streaks, Malrang's looking for that topside gank we alluded to.
When's the charge going to come in?
He wants to hit the Q first, it seems, but you know. Sejuani's gone.
No action.
Noped out of this series like someone opening up the LCK stream and seeing the title.
Oh boy.
When is my SKT play? Not today.
Yeah, no, that's not today. Nor is it tomorrow.
Whoa! But it is Sunday.
It is
against
on Sunday.
Griffin.
Griffin SKT, that's a good one. That will be good old E+ and Last Survivor, bringing you guys the cast as in we go on to
Let's fight!
the Rift Herald, and now we're charging onto this one. Big Cataclysm by Bono. This guy is on a roll tonight. The Malrang is going to steal that one away. Trying to turn on a SoHwan who's going 1v4 up on the top side. But it's not going to be enough, as a bunch more kills are going to go the way of Hanwha Life here, as Jin Air are going to be routed this time around and denied the Rift Herald.
Yep, rooted, routed, all those things. Nothing they can do. Can't even get the eye. It's going to pulse and make everyone uncomfortable. Hopefully the observers will show us that. It looks really, really uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like looking at it when it's really getting close to timing out. Here we go.
Thank you. It's looking around like,
It's gone. Were you watching yesterday when we saw the Krugs walk all the way from the Drake pit and then die? It was actually really sad, but it was kind of sad when that timed out as well. Well, the Infernal Drake times out, and in between all of our very serious scripted banter, Hanwha Life have quite a lot of golden Infernals.
Yeah, you know, we thought maybe Jin Air, this would be their one chance, right, up against the 9th place team. But Bono decided to say no so far.
I mean, Hanwha Life are making a mockery of this 9th versus 10th. It feels much more like 8th versus 10th so far in this game. As Hanwha Life push through the top side, gonna pick up this turret. They made the first rotation. It's kind of a counter rotation from Jin Air because they lost the Rift Herald and did not want to go back to the scene of the crime. The crime right now is Hanwha Life making it look easy. Any more trouble bubbles hit, even the mid lane health bar scenario is going to be hard.
Tempt having a fun time on the Zoe, 2-0-3. We saw him do this in the series against Sandbox, and they bring out Tempt again. They give him Zoe again. The results do repeat in the series. Shouldn't be a surprise. Tempt, a very strong mid laner that we were propping up even from 2017. I remember me and LS used to talk about him a lot on the SPO broadcast.
Let's make sense of this madness. A lot of things happening here. So, we saw it's a really big engage from Bono, who's been very on point with his use of Cataclysm. Malrang does get the completion, so they at least won't lose the Rift Herald, but picking it up is impossible. And while SoHwan does die, kind of a firing squad here is your boy Tahm Kench actually forced a flash out of Corki.
He's full health
Even
too.
after all the nerfs,
Yeah.
Tahm Kench gets what he wants. He wants Corki flashes.
Yeah, Thomas is a big boy.
What do you reckon Thomas
commands
Kench's
respect.
middle name is? Because I asked him. He does have a middle name. And yes, you're supposed to say Thomas Kench Esquire, his full name. But what is his middle name?
I mean, we don't really have the rights to give him a middle name, right? We would have to give that one to Last Straw.
That's true.
Right.
We can wonder, though.
I
we
mean, I
can
can't
wonder
really
out loud. We can't complain.
Did you ever think, you know, we were talking about on broadcast, me and Larry Seinfeld, about the Corki that Corki rides on? What is his name? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Again, whenever I think of Corgis,
Rumble?
I think of Rumble, the name of my Corgi, so I'm kind of stuck there, and it's, there's some Bible thumps and sad feels there. So,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a topic. Could you please, other page, I'm not sure if you guys can hear.
Sorry.
Could we please move to the next scripted joke? That one makes me.
I'm sorry about that. We got a gank in the mid lane, though. No time for scripts. As
Oh,
he
yeah! That's topside.
where are you going? We're just diving. Who's going to defend the bot lane? Who's coming down here?
Not I!
Come on. Malrang's like,
what
okay,
about
I'm
the
going to go.
middle? What about the middle?
What is happening?
I think Jin Air left to play
What
TFT.
is this? What is this? Oh.
Well, I think Jin Air, I reckon they're actually already rolling on TFT right
Yeah.
now. They're not in this league game.
Yeah. Maybe they can roll the dice and level up some of their champions. I feel like they need it right now.
Shall we cast this game off the let's cast off the mini-map. Jin Air is setting up for that turret dive on Aatrox. Right now, as Ezreal is hitting the inhibitor turret. Notice they were still chilling. No one was rushing home. Mom called out, you know, Mom was in the house and they were playing hide and go seek, and Mom was like, guys, dinner! Yeah. They didn't hear. They didn't even know. And it was their favorite dinner.
I know.
It's Jin Air, so I guess food is all we're going to say here. They prefer to eat than not eat. And they didn't even know about it. They missed out. The food's cold now. No one wants to eat cold food.
All right, well, Tahm Kench being a big boy tank in the front line. In goes Bono, and now everybody on Jin Air has to run away. They are so far behind, but still trying to start these fights. As Grace, he's in a bit of trouble here, will be knocked out a couple times. Bono, not quite having that Cataclysm just yet. We'll get it right now.
Oh!
Finally, he's able to dunk him there on the back. As that will be a couple more kills, and now we're 10,000 gold. At 17 minutes, Key doing a good job of baiting them all down. And of course, Root will be left on the backside with no team in front of him.
Bono's monster dunks are a treat to watch. He's space jamming him. And this is the skin to do it on. No Michael Jordan, no Bugs Bunny, no problem. Triple Infernal Drake. We've been given some hot fire. Riot is also working with us. Goodbye, Infernal.
Someone wants these matches to end real quick. I don't know who wrote this script, but...
Nice Magi's picked up by Tempt. He knows what kind of game this is. I'm starting to work out what the problem is. We talked about how Jin Air didn't get to eat. You know why Mom said no? They didn't say grace. That was the problem there. They forgot to say grace, and that's a big issue. As you watch this play, and I thought we wouldn't be treated to the monster dunk, but Bono, this man knows when to dunk. If I had to describe him, it would say this guy dunks. Because watch this play, walking away, and then he does casual swagger into whoop-ass. Yeah, that's how it sounds.
Yeah.
You nailed it there.
Jarvan's really fun to play, I'll say. I'm a big fan of the Jarvan in the jungle, and it looks like Bono is as well. He's really angry at everybody banning his Olaf, so he just plays Jarvan every game now and dunks them.
He has to work out his frustration somehow. Unfortunately, it's on all those pesky Jarvan banners out there. The banners for this game are going to be Hanwha Life held because it's over 10,000 gold. Jin Air has been competitive in early games, but not in this one.
No, it's turned into the bully fest right now, as we know one team is not holding back. That's Hanwha Life.
The level of bully here might be the biggest we've seen against Jin Air in a game one. Like, I feel like they've been kind of competitive in most. Like, sometimes it's a little bit sad, but like, it's not like... consider how far behind they are. They're behind 10,000 gold at 18 minutes, a lot, but they're also behind so much percentage effectiveness on the items, because it's 24%. Yeah. So it's even bigger than it first appears. And it appears big, though.
That's very true. We're not even talking about Corki here.
What is the best sounding synonym to large that you have at your mind? That is probably the best way to describe this.
Best? Oh, okay.
Would you say it's engorged gold lead? As this might also be
That's exactly the way I would describe it, Papa. We're diving here on the turret.
Okay.
SoHwan is living. Look at all that life gain. This guy doesn't give a damn. And he might be able to kill him. The flash away is good from TaNa. As 1v2. Very simple thing when you're this far ahead.
Pretty impressive that SoHwan didn't dab in that moment. Off strolls the Skull, the lowest base movement speed of any unit, because it is that smaller form. He's super slow. Yeah. I think it's 275 or something crazy like that. But yeah, 1v2, the healing useful, the extra life wouldn't have been there. So in that scenario, if you think about it, weak side, Aatrox actually stronger. He's got the extra healing. Fun little fact that's completely irrelevant to who wins this game. Yeah. Hanwha Life running straight at Baron and the Purple Worm. It's going to have no chance.
Yeah. I think that looked like someone smited there, but no unsealed spellbook on the side of Hanwha Life. Jin Air is teleporting in. They really want to fight this one after the Baron goes down. A little bit late on that one. As, okay, we're dunking again. Wha-bam! Into the back line. As he will pick up another couple of people in the Cataclysm. How about 3 more kills? As we are just not wasting any time here. Good dodge by TaNa. But is it going to matter? Going to knock him off a Scarl here. As trying to get back. on Skarl here will be able to do just that. But guys, 14,000 gold, 3 Infernals at 21 minutes, and this game is over.
I think you found your calling card, Valdez. You're a great play-by-play caster, but you need a special little extra thing. Every Jarvan Wabam should be your first comment. Make that what the people want.
Yeah.
They want the Wabam.
All right, here we go. We're charging in as Jin Air. They want revenge. Bono here. Will he die? No, there's Tahm Kench in this game. As one Ezreal out for the boys. Nope, not going to happen. He already used that one. As Jin Air desperately trying to stop this one from ending, and they will, for now.
We need one more Skydunk before this game ends. One more Wabam from Brendan Valdez. Remember, once you make that your Jarvan ult thing, it can just become like your punchline. You make a great joke, Wabam! You can just say it out loud. You go home to your girlfriend, you win an argument, Wabam! You say it there as well. You can grow this, Valdez. This could be on a shirt
I'm
for
sure
you.
people would never get sick of that, ever.
I don't think I'll get sick of Jarvan this game. He's been sliding around and doing it in style.
This is that game that makes you just want to main Jarvan. The level 2 gank into the level 3 gank into the Wabams the entire game.
If you had to pick one word to fully give across the extent of this amazing Jarvan performance, what would it be?
Wabam.
Nailed it.
I'm glad we're on the same page here. As they're just running it down mid.
You
I'm
know,
not even talking about Jin Air here. Oh, poor Jin Air.
Bono's lying in wait.
All right, here we go, guys. I hope you're all ready. You better have it ready, typed out in the chat.
We'll put out a warning to headphone users. This could be loud.
Yeah, I'm not holding back. Let's see when he does it. I'm ready to go. Just give me the word, Bono. All right, TaNa's gonna give me the word. Here we go. Jumping on in. There goes the jumper. Bam! Into the back line. There's the Cataclysm. As, yeah, Jin Air, they've got to go home from here. The biggest bully we've seen up against our lowest placed team. For Jin Air, as we're not diving the fountain just yet. Down will go the Nexus. GG. A great game. A gargantuan Jarvan game. And there you have it. Everybody's all smiles here from Bono, or from Hanwha, rather. They basically were the Bono in that series.
Indeed, Valdez, very succinctly and aptly called the end of that game. I believe it was Wabam, ha 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 ha, was the call you had there, and I think that was apt. Here are our global fans, they're agreeing. They
had
to see
the headphones in too.
They did. They got to listen to the joy. That was our on-point analysis. Best caster in the world, by the way, is us, this casting duo. No one better. As the temperature is getting hotter in here. It's actually pretty cool where we are.
Yeah, we got the AC up just for all of that Hanwha Life fire that we just got in that game. 3 Infernals too.
Let's do it again. You know what?
Yeah, we're not done yet, guys. That was fun. Yeah.
I think everyone else had fun. The match the Sentry has delivered so far.
It really does not get much better than that. I mean, that was some fun League of Legends to watch. At the expense of course, one of our 4 teams here in this league. I did learn one thing, by the way, from this one. The full name...
Was it Wabam?
Well, yeah, that is one thing. The full name of Jin Air's team is apparently the Jin Air Greenwings Esports Club. I did not know that they had the Esports Club at the end, but I saw it on the logo. I wanted to mention it. I never got a chance because the game was so wabam, but I just wanted to mention it when they were on screen.
Are we sure that's not new? Because we would have heard that at some point. Wolf would have said that.
It's on the logo. So unless they changed the logo and added the Esports Club at the end.
So originally the Chiefs, famous team, now I guess, yeah, they're still around in OCE, was known as Chiefs Rowing Club, but they became Chiefs Esports Club when they wanted to get away from the meme. I haven't heard Esports Club used since then, so it's kind of a surprising one. This was, I feel like the fact that we probably should call attention to the scale. The top of the scale's 0, which is very funny.
It was never a lead.
It was never a lead into negative 15. That is the same, if this is a roller coaster, this is definitely the one where you start at the top and then sheer drop.
Yeah. Yeah. There was one of those that was added to Six Flags that terrified me.
You know what my favorite thing about this game is? Someone's going to find a highlight picture.
Yeah. Oh my. What if game 2 is the same? How do you find a highlight? What if they don't have it?
Hey, we saw our replay observer, who I believe is also the guy who helps with the cover art. He was doing this thing before, so
Suntune.
let's believe. Let's choose to believe in Suntune.
He's good at his job.
Yeah.
We'll give him that. He'll find something. Although not from that game. I don't think there was actually one play.
You know, there's also the English caster highlights from that game.
They got a kill in that game, right?
They're gonna put together a 3.5-minute highlight package of your caster.
Well, there were a lot of Wabams in that game. There were a lot of Jarvanals. For the amount of time that we had, at least.
You know this is
Relative
now your
amounts.
thing. I've made it your thing. You will continue to say.
But it's only when Jarvan's in the game. I don't want to say it when, like,
I agree.
you know,
That's your-
Sejuani lands and
that's
all.
your
That's
Jarvan
kind of
out
lame.
thing.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of Jarvans.
Yeah. Jarvan's fun.
There's future games.
Actually,
coming.
before this day, I did tell you that Jarvan is one of my 3 tricks in solo queue nowadays.
Wabam.
So, Wabam, there you go. Jarvan, the MVP of the series, no doubt, with Bono. As Hanwha Life, the MVP of ending games really quickly.
True.
Not wasting any time, getting all the best drakes, the best RNG, the best guys. They end the series 1-0 for now. We'll be back for game 2.
마르게 그냥 걸 거야. 얘네 무조건 걸 거야. 오케이. 돌기 반피다 이거. 무조건 걸 거야 얘네 얘가. 아. 온다. 이거 딸기 약간 있어 지금. 먹어줘. 먹어. 출발. 꼬르기 놓고. 앞에. 꼬르기 무시하고 갈게. 오케이 앞에 막아주는 중. 노플. 칼 노플. 죽이자. 죽여. 클레드랑 저거 안. 끝내. 나이스.
이거 우리 실드 많아서 한타 우리가 잘만 하면서 사거리 싸움하면 우리가 이기거든?
얘들아 알지? 저조합 상대로도 물론 한타가 별로기 때문에 우리는 계속 사이드 도는 거야.
네.
야, 보자. 봐봐. 나이스. 노틸 로플. 우리 너무 급하게 안 해도 될 듯. 우리 시작 6렙부터. 야, 다 왔어. 아래로 떨어, 아래로.
상치돼 있어 얘들아.
캐 들어왔고. 아이디. 부실 없어. 야, 간다.
야 리신 녹음.
죽여.
야 리신 구 없어.
아, 뭐야 이거?
캐 높을. 아젤 피었어. 안 좋아. 아젤 피었어.
야, 지금 되냐 이거? 나 가볼게.
가자. 죽여.
미드 잡히면 게임 편하거든? 탑라인 투패가 리드할 수 있게 도와주고 아지를 받아먹을 때 미드 쪽에서 쌈 보자, 오케이? 이거 나도 올라갈 때. 오케이.
야 떼줘.
야, 세즈. 아, 못 뺏었다.
괜찮아.
야, 너무 빨리 들어가는 거 안 좋겠다.
야 좋다.
이거
앞에 거 앞에 거. 여기.
아 제발.
야 캐논이 나한테 갈라고
살려줘. 우리 한타는 나쁘지 않은데.
나 피가 나오면 내가 다
한타를 안 해줄 거야. 어떻게 할지 계속 얘기해. 오케이.
야 이거 우리 한타 하는 조합 아니고 사이드 도는 조합이야.
자야 딜 되겠어 얘들아. 한 번에 썰리면 우리 다 죽는 조합이야.
아 믿고 나 여기 다리 좋은데 다리 좋은데. 해봐.
믿어.
아나 바텀 미는 중.
안 되겠는데?
야 자야. 안 된다 이거.
나 뺄게.
신나가.
자연 잡았어. 하이 잡아요. 하이. 뒤에 캐네.
야 게임 끝났다 이거 게임 끝났다.
뒤에 캐네.
야 미드. 야 천천히 게임 끝났어 이거.
야 천천히
할게.
진정하고 천천히
막기만 해 게임 끝났어.
제발.
야 이거 그냥
막은 못 막았어.
야 위에 거부터.
위에 거.
조심.
내손 빠졌다. 야 라인. 뭐야 이거?
해봐.
캐논
해봐.
야 뭐?
터졌는데 나
누가 끝나나? 아야 누구 놓고? 나이스 뭐야? 됐다.
이유진 사랑해.
근데 얘들아 이성적으로 생각 기성적으로. 야 안 될 것 같은데? 너무 멀어. 야 억제기 깨라 억제기.
나 봐줘 나
야 캐넨. 잡았어.
야 특패. 야 일단 두장로 먹고 온다 얘네.
야 여기서 싸움 해야 된다 이거
야 내 더블 포킹 기다려봐. 나 더블로 진짜 세.
야 이거 억제기 다.
다야가 안 보면 계속 해줘.
야 아지를 나 진짜 한 대 때리면 얘 피 이렇게 깎였어 방금. 야 피었어.
레드 나오고.
야 피 20. 야 잡았어.
나이스.
나이스. 야 천천히 포킹. 야 포킹. 야 절대 들어가죠.
야 거의 다 끝났다. 이니셜 거야 이니셜.
웨이브 박으면 돼. 웨이브 박으면서 포킹.
야공 박았어. 자야 공 빠질 거야. 오케이. 자야 녹어.
야 넥서스 쳐볼게.
넥서스 천천히. 세드 녹어.
야 볼가.
자.
야 끝났다.
자야.
나이스.
야 잡았어.
나이스!
어디서 망했더라 이거